together for the first time in this universe. First, that amazing girl of Triskelion, that gladiator who does combat to bring amusement to the providers, that battling babe who has better curves than a well-honed scimitar, Angelique Pettyjohn. And the only Hollywood actor ever to portray 3 different Star Trek aliens with only 1 Union card. He's been a Romulan, a Klingon, and a Vulcan, namely, Mr. Spock's father. Now, meet that distinguished actor of screen and TV, Mr. Mark Lenard. Yes, together for the first time anywhere. And now, for another voyage into the beyond to seek out strange new life forms and galactic adventures, Creature Features.
Come to me.
The newest dynamic duo, Angelique Pettyjohn and Mark Leonard. They'll be both back later tonight. Now, right now, let me shift your attention from the sleek lines of Angelique to the sleek lines of another desirable object. Her name is Christine. Her body is by Fisher, but her soul is by the devil. Well, stay tuned for my interviews with Mark Leonard and Angelique Pettyjohn. We'll also show you some original artwork by Willis O'Brien and tell you about the Future Expo and the Creation Con. Not only all of that, but I even have a slew of recorded commercials for you. Now, this is my kind of girl. Her name is Angelique Pettyjohn, and she's well remembered by Star Trek fans for portraying Shauna, one of the drill thralls of Triskelion. You know, just your average sports arena fighter to the death, bringing amusement to the providers, those brainy globs who've become so bored with everyday things. Now, you might have also seen Angelique in Mad Doctor of Blood Island, also known as the Tomb of the Living Dead. But whichever title you saw it under, you surely haven't forgotten Miss Pettyjohn. Now, you're going to be seeing her in person tomorrow during the Future Expo at the Marin Civic Center. Right now, though, feast your eyes on Angelique as she appears in video waves. Hi, Angelique.
Hi.
I'm so glad you dropped by unexpectedly tonight.
Yes.
Just casually dressed for the occasion.
Right out of the spaceship.
We do appreciate you coming in costume. We think that the fans do appreciate it.
That's the only way they recognize me.
Is it really? We're going to see what you really look like, but I'm going to save that for a moment. First, I have a very important question to ask. Of all of the women on Star Trek TV series, I think you're the most memorable, and it always struck me that you were kind of a forerunner of women's lib back in 1968. Did that thought ever cross your mind?
Not at the time. Not at all. I've been a liberated woman since I was about 15 years old. Always independent, always making my own way in life. So at the time, I didn't think of it. I know that my costume was a forerunner because at the time it was considered very, very risque 15 years ago. And I know that I was told that it was designed so that it covered only what absolutely had to be covered. Cleavage, the navel, certain things that the censors said absolutely had to be covered. So they uncovered everything that they were allowed to uncover.
The navel had to be covered up in those days. I remember what happened to Barbara Eden.
Right.
Now, what are you going to be doing tomorrow at the Future Expo?
Well, I'm going to be in the Future Christmas Room, and I have some full-color posters. At the opening of the show, there was
Can we tell the fans about the poster?
Tell them about both posters.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Well, there's the poster we saw a moment ago, and then there's a very special poster.
That's a special poster that was in Playboy magazine in 1980, which is the adult version. We call it Shauna Revealed.
Wow.
And it's a nude poster, very tastefully done. It's also Shauna, Star Trek.
Well,
And
as you know,
they'll both be there.
We're intellectual on the show, and we can appreciate those kinds of things. You brought some nice stills that sort of highlight your career. This is Angelique as she really appears. I don't know if I'd recognize you on the street or not.
That was last couple of months ago. That picture was taken, and that's my real hair, not green, and that's what I really look like.
Now, here's you from Get Smart. You played a male agent.
Right. Charlie Watkins.
Watkins,
I had a
and it was one of the
role in
best disguises ever done on television.
Yes, they dub in a man's voice. I talk like this to Don Adams.
You're to be congratulated.
That was fun. Thank you.
Sort of a reverse drag. Now, this
No one ever saw that on film, because that was just a screen test for Planet of the Apes.
You didn't get the part.
No, I was the only lady tested, though. They decided that they should have a brunette, the producer's wife.
You came very close to getting that role then.
Yes, I did.
I take it the role was won by Richard Zanuck's wife.
Yes.
Now, what is this? This goes further back, doesn't it?
About a year before. That was Hell's Bells, American International Pictures motorcycle picture with Jeremy Slade.
Oh, yeah.
And I was a motorcycle mama.
Now, you just finished a movie, too.
That's,
and this is how you look in this movie.
That's a fantasy adventure film with special effects and monsters and things, and it's called The Lost Empire.
Oh, boy.
And it's being previewed in Milan this month, and it should be released in the spring. It's got a lot of fun things.
Is this your biggest fantasy role in some time since Star Trek?
I would think so. I look a lot different there. I had a lot of fun doing that. I play a character called Whiplash. Not really a very nice lady, a very evil lady.
You went out of character then to play that role.
Oh, yes. I live up to my name. I'm Angelique. I'm very innocent.
Do you make a lot of appearances in the Star Trek costume?
I have. I didn't for a number of years. I didn't realize the popularity till someone saw me. I was a nightclub entertainer in Las Vegas for a while, and I was starring in a show there, and someone who was an adult Trekkie saw me there and said, "Why don't you appear at one of the Star Trek conventions?" And I hadn't thought of it.
And so it started a whole cycle.
It started a whole thing, and I didn't realize how many people remembered me for that character.
Well, Angelique, I hope I haven't gotten under your skin tonight, asking you all these questions, and I feel like we've hardly got to know you at all, that we've exposed very little of you. So would you do me a favor?
What?
For all of those Angelique Pettyjohn fans out there, I'd like you to stay to the end of the movie, and then I'd like you to do the teaser at the end of the show. In other words, you speak directly to each and every viewer out there, and he can live whatever fantasy he would like to live. Do you think that's fair enough?
Anything for you, John.
Okay, let's go back, hurry up and finish Bear in Blood, and then we'll get to Angelique Pettyjohn one more time.
Good evening. My name is Shauna of the planet Triskelion. Perhaps you know me more intimately as Angelique Pettyjohn from the wonderful Star Trek episode in 1968, The Gamesters of Triskelion. Outer space and extraterrestrial life forms have always fascinated me. That's why I I demanded to appear on Creature Features tonight. I just wish that I could get John Stanley into the arena and show him how I amuse the providers with my strategies of warfare and military maneuvers. Now that Bear in Blood is over, stay tuned for a look at the career of Willis O'Brien. He's the man who created King Kong. And remember, you can see me tomorrow at the Future Expo at the Marin Civic Center in San Rafael. You are coming over to see more of me, aren't you? Especially in my Shauna Revealed poster. See you there.
His first appearance on Star Trek came in the episode Balance of Terror, in which he portrayed a Romulan commander. His second appearance was in Journey to Babel, in which he portrayed Mr. Spock's father, while Jane Wyman played Mom. The third role came in Star Trek the Motion Picture, when he played a Klingon commander. By now you all know who I'm talking about. Mark Leonard, who's been working steadily in Hollywood since 1965, when he had his first major role in The Greatest Story Ever Told, and who is now one of the most respected actors of the Star Trek alumni. And let's not forget his work as Urko in the Planet of the Apes TV series. Leonard, welcome to Creature Features. Do you sometimes find it kind of amazing that after all of these years, the Star Trek popularity still hangs on to you, still clings to you?
Yes, yes. I'm always amazed by it. Let me make one minor correction. It was Jane Wyatt rather than Jane Wyman.
Ah, yes.
Jane Wyman is doing something else.
Okay. What do you attribute Star Trek success to? Why is it ongoing like it is?
Oh, I wish I knew. We'd all like to bottle it. I don't know. It's nothing that I expected when we did the show for the first time, and it's kind of a surprise to everybody since then. But new generations come along, and they seem to love it. And I ask people wherever I go. I've been at conventions like the one I'm doing here in England.
Like Creation Con, yes.
The Creation Con, yeah. And I ask them, why Star Trek? And there are many reasons for people being interested in science fiction, but why particularly Star Trek? And I've never really found a good answer yet.
You just had a part in the third Star Trek film, The Search for Spock. What can you tell us about the film?
I can tell you that I'm in it. I play Zarek, Spock's father again, the part that I played originally. It was the second role, actually, that I played in Star Trek, but that's the one that I'm mainly remembered for, and it's a return of Zarek. We just finished the major photography on it.
Of course, Leonard Nimoy was directing.
Leonard Nimoy directed.
Did it feel a little strange to have your son directing you in a film?
Well, he doesn't really feel like my son, you know, although when I first met him, he greeted me with Hi Pop, and everybody's calling me Hi Pop there. That wasn't difficult to get used to, but the movie itself is I think, maybe the best of the three. It's a very exciting script, and yet a good script. It's got a lot of different elements in it, plot elements. The Klingons return, and I'm not with them this time. And a lot of good things. And Leonard Nimoy did exceptional work. I think it's a good script and very fine director, and I'm sure that anybody who goes to see it will be
I know this
pleasantly
entire
surprised.
audience is waiting to see that film.
Well, I hope so. We need them.
When you appear at Creation Con this weekend and other conventions, what are the questions that the fans most ask you? What do they want to know most about Mark Leonard?
Well, they want to know about Star Trek 3, first of all. Usually they ask me about my roles in Star Trek, and they ask me about my career in general. You know, I've done a lot of series. I did Here Come the Brides, and you mentioned Planet of the Apes, and a thing called The Cliffhangers. I've appeared in Buck Rogers and all these things. They want to know about stories of behind-the-scenes activities, secrets, if there are any, about Star Trek and about the characters. And I tell them about incidents that happen, what it all means, and where it's all going. They also ask sometimes very embarrassing and intimate questions.
They want to know everything, huh?
They want to know everything, and I don't always tell them. You know.
Speaking of down the road, where's your career going right now?
Well, I just finished a very good role in Star Trek 3. My daughter has just graduated from high school and is out of the nest, so I'm free now, and I intend to do some more theater.
Good.
I always go back and forth between New York and California. I'll be doing some Broadway shows. I'm in a play that we do at conventions sometimes, and we tour with Walter Koenig, who played Chekhov, and I. It's a very interesting play, and we're adding to it, and we may do a theatrical venture of 2 plays.
Oh, great. Well, good luck, Mark.
Thank you.
And we'll see you this weekend at the Creation Con.
I'll be at Creation.
The Amfak Hotel in Burlingame.
Right, tomorrow and Sunday.
Good, thank you. And we'll go back to our movie now, Barren Blood.